As we bring our awareness back to the moment, getting ready for this wonderful gift you've given yourself today, reminding you, breathe the breath of life. Breathe at least twice as deep as you normally do, in and out through your nose. So legs are straight. Let's bring the arms to the side, body, palms down, not out like wings. Is it too cold in here?
Oh, I'll just get myself situated right now.
When you're ready, inhale. See if you can just lift the butt about a millimeter off the mat, pushing through your heels. But the legs are straight. We'll just inhale, just push through your heels. You don't even have to lift the butt, because when you inhale and push the heels into the mat, the back arches, and that's all I want you to do. Just some way, put a little energy as you inhale and lift a little bit, pushing through the heels. So just a different way to work a little bit of maybe a modified pelvic tilt, maybe modified arch pose. So continue the massive breath with the movement. Inhale, arching. Exhale, releasing. So just right here, as that awareness moves into that lower back, bringing in the entire intelligence of the universe. With that awareness, that powerful mind, we know how powerful our thoughts can be. Let's do maybe 2 more inhales, 2 more arches. When you're ready now, you can bring the arms out like wings. Legs stay straight. Make a note on how flat you are on the mat. We're going to stay flat on the mat. Keep your legs straight. Walk both legs or heel both legs off to the right side of the mat, moving them together, finding a lateral bend of the lower spine, and then turn your head to the left and let the breath come in. When you're ready, turn your head to the right. Leave your legs where they are. Legs stay where they are. Legs stay where they are. We're turning the head. So we're moving your spine in yoga 7 different ways beyond what you normally would do. And I'm trying to bring as much variety into my classes. Turn your head to the left. The breath continues. And I'm counting about 5 beats right now as we warm up that wonderful spine of yours, and turn your head to the right. When you're ready, make a note of where the legs are. And go ahead and walk both legs off to the left side of the mat, finding your lateral bends, not my spine. Find your lateral bend on the other side. Turn your head to the right when you get there. And now we'll go every 2 breaths. You can count every 2 breaths, since your neck is a little warmed up now. You can turn the head the opposite direction. Leave the feet where they are. Leave the legs where they are. So we, on occasion, do some lateral bends. This is the first time we've done it this way, with a little turning of the head side to side. We're going to go about 6 or 7 more breaths. You can now just turn without counting the breaths, but don't go fast. Just whatever pace is comfortable for you. We'll be turning the neck plenty of times. And you have your thyroid gland of the throat, right? In the throat, your parathyroid gland in the throat. As you're breathing and moving and massaging it, those glands help regulate your metabolism. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and walk yourself back to center. Let's hug in both knees. And go ahead and lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. Bring one hand to each knee. Spread all 10 toes. So, one hand on each knee. Toes are spread. Your feet are as wide as the knees. As you exhale, try to release the groin area. We have lymph nodes in the groin, the neck, the armpits. As you're opening up the hips and groin. Today's a hip opener day. When you're ready, let's set those feet down on the mat. Both knees are bent. Interlace your fingers. Flip the palms up to the heavens. Your head and shoulders can release back down to the mat. As you inhale, lift your butt up off the mat and bring both arms overhead, maybe touching the pinkies to the rug behind you. As you exhale, butt comes back down, hands and arms come back over the chest. Arch pose with flipped palms, flipped moving palms. And your awareness, or that infinite consciousness, infinite intelligence of the universe, can be moving in different areas as you do a yoga practice. You can move it into the fingers and hands and wrists, maybe as you inhale, and then you can move it into that lower back. And that awareness helps open you up. But more importantly, as you begin to relax in a class, that relaxation response kicks in, and your body is able to heal. Can't do that if you're in that stress mode, and most of America is, they're not breathing deep enough. Let's do two more. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and release out. Let's straighten your left leg. Grab your right knee with your right hand. Bring your left arm overhead. And we'll stretch the left side of the body as you inhale. Stretch, right? Lymph nodes in the armpits. After the second stretch, you may feel the armpits opening up, and then the side of the body as you try to lift out. And let's go ahead and rotate that right ankle as you're stretching. So we have more lymphatic fluid in the body than we do blood in the body. A lot of people don't know that. I didn't know that until a couple months ago. And as that relaxation response kicks in, it helps dilate the ducts of the lymph nodes so they can drain, dilate those vessels, as well as dilate all the arteries and veins, capillaries of the body, so that your blood flows nice. Let's go to the other side. Just straighten that right leg. Bend the left knee, grab it with your left hand, bring the right arm overhead. Inhale is where you're doing the work. Left ankle rotates 5 or 6 times in each direction. And you're waiting for that inhale to do the stretch. I'll give you 2 more breaths. You can release anytime you want. Let's bend both knees. Both feet are on the mat. Modified pigeon. Place either ankle up on top of the knee. When you get there, flex that foot so the toe faces toward the knee and push that leg, the closest hand. Do what you can. Do what you can. So we're opening the hips, and you'll do whatever you can. This should be a fun hip opening day. When you're ready, reach through with both hands. Grab the back of the thigh that holds that ankle and bring those legs up. Breath continues. You can work your edge here a little bit, right? And pulling until it's a little uncomfortable, then breathe. And then go a little bit further with the pull. We're not going to stay here long as we have a lot of hip openers today. You can go ahead and release when you're ready. And let's do the other side. Place the other ankle up on the knee. Take a moment to push that leg with the closest hand as you're breathing into the hip. Bringing that awareness, letting that hip know. And when you're ready, reach through with both hands, grab the back of the thigh that holds that ankle. And the breath continues. So we can carry around a lot of emotions and images, experiences, perhaps decades. Some yoga books mention that the hips have a tendency to be tight and as we loosen them up, we loosen up our personality as well. Right? Everything becomes softer. People begin to notice when you eat cheesecake, right, Carol? You're calmer. And give me about 3 or 4 more breaths, and then we'll do the funnest part of our practice. Can't wait. Do these down when you're ready. Okay. So let's roll over to either side of the body. Find a nice line. I would go toward the farther enough back on the mat so maybe your hand hits the mat. You're going to need that for leverage. Now, we can either stack the feet or separate them. The first time around, let's separate the feet. My legs are straight. So you're going to need straight legs because I want you to lift your hips up off the mat. Hold them up there, and that other hand comes up. As you inhale, your eyes are looking up. Lift that top hand up. As you exhale, take the back of the hand, have it touch near that elbow, and then inhale the hand back up. Exhale. Try to keep the hips up. This is strengthening the side body. We're going to do 5 on this side. That's 3. This is 4. And last one, lifting up, turning, and set that side down. Oh, yes. And with enthusiasm, right? We can't wait to get to the other side. Let's find that other side. Now, this one here, the reason I know you're all enthusiastic, because this time we get to stack the feet. Right? And when you're ready, hips come up off the mat. Inhale that top hand up. Exhale down. Hips are off the mat. So this is side plank. It's a hand balance or arm balance, but also stabilization. 3, strengthening you. 4, last one. Release down. Lay down on your back. Take a break. Now, sometimes we get a new practitioner here. I should have asked Kathy, seeing how many more friends she wants to make. I should have asked you, how many more should we do? And whatever number you say, I double it.
Oh.
But I forgot to ask you. I was too busy doing mine. 5 is a good number. Should we have done more?
No.
Okay. So we're going to transition to frog. So we have frog today, pigeon, parrot, and lizard. I can't wait. When you're ready, you can begin to make your way to frog. Now let's stay on the width of the mat, since we have a rug here. So frog pose, you start off in table, but bring your knees to the outside of the mat, but I want you then to bring them off into a width that you're comfortable with. And then notice my feet, right? Like frog legs. You can stay there. It's fine too, Carol. We're going to be in pigeon next. And then drop the forearms. You can release the head. Now, to bring the hips in, you'll push the butt backward towards your heels. You'll push the butt backward towards your feet. Anybody not feel the hips? Good. So Linda just riveted it. Now bring in the breath. We won't be here long. This isn't one of the more popular poses, but still, we haven't done it in a while. The variety that I like to bring to my classes takes a cumulative effect on the body. Opening it up, I think, pretty much the best way you can do that. Over time, if you're patient. And let's just go about 6 or 7 more breaths. So now that you know there's a time limit, you can try to push back a little bit. A little more each time. When you're ready. To come out of this, you push yourself forward, right? And when you get forward, then of course, very gracefully, let's come up to table pose. And I'd walk my table back toward the back part of the mat. When you're ready, let's find pigeon. So bring your right knee up between the hands. Scoot that right foot about 6 inches to the left, and then walk the top of that left leg back. Right? Try not to set that right hip down and drop down to your forearms. Release the head. You're now in pigeon, and the breath comes in. Anybody not feel their hip? Okay, good. And we're going to do some things we haven't done in this room before. We already have. But give me a few, I don't know, 6 or 7 more deep breaths. When you're ready, leave your legs where they are. See if you can come up just a little ways. Now, see if you can get the forearm on the outside of the leg, but it's the opposite forearm. So you've got the right leg, you're going to bring the left forearm, and then see if you can bring that other hand up to the heavens. Little twist here. I saw this, and this guy had prayer hands. It's in magazine. You can take prayer arms. I think I like prayer arms better. We'll do that next class or next side. When you're ready, come up. See if you can leave the legs where they are. Come back up. This one's new. See if you can interlace the fingers behind the back. Boom. Heart opens. Breath comes in. Try to calm, try to relax. Now separate the hands. Keep the chest open though. Do the best you can here. Bring both hands to the mat. Make sure you're plenty far enough. Bend that leg. Reach back. Grab a hold of that foot. Finding the full expression of pigeon. The breath comes in. Nope, you got it. You're close enough. Well done. When you're ready, see if you can release out. Push back into child's pose. Did I say child's pose? No. Yes. Push to table pose and bring the left knee forward. Pigeon, the other side. Left knee between the hands. Right? Find your pigeon on the other side and walk that back foot back. When you get there, drop the forearms down, release the head. Breath comes in. Yeah, I saw it in the last yoga magazine. Some guy was doing prayer arms. I tried prayer arms at home. I just thought it was a little awkward, but now that I'm on the mat, you know, Kathy just did it with prayer arms. I think we'll try that on this side. And to teach is to learn, not yet, but So in Vail, we did this class the first time. Saturday, we did the twist. But for some reason, I think I had an easier time with the prayer arms. So when you're ready, let's give it a shot, right? You're gonna lead the legs. I'm gonna bring the opposite elbow down to the mat. Let's see if you can find prayer arms. As that top hand hits, then exhale. And you'll notice that hip is kind of twisting too as you exhale your way up. Takes a little balance too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Did your back crack? Mine did. Then releasing. Back out. Come up. See if you can come up far enough. Interlace the hands behind the back. Holding here, right? Heart open. Can you get that head up, Jill? That heart open. Separate the hands. Stay there for a moment. You're breathing in and out through the nose, right? And then bring the hands to the mat. Bend that back knee. Reach back with the left hand. Grab a hold of that foot. Full expression of pigeon. Ready now? Right hand. Thank you. Chest comes back to center. Head comes back to center. Breath is deep. Finishing up. Nothing like roasted pigeon. When you're ready, gracefully push back to child's pose. What?
Gracefully, I don't know that.
Huh?
That gracefully.
Squab? What's squab, Jill says? Oh, it's called squab? Oh, I've never had any. I always joke around. We joked around with frog soup, right? Lizard soup. We'll do lizard later. And we got parrot. Gonna have some parrot soup. Okay, so this next sequence, take about 10 more breaths. You're going to need your block, but you may not, but keep it nearby. When you're ready, let's come up to table pose. When you get to table pose, step the right foot up to the hands. Try to get that foot up where the ankle's under the knee, then leave the right foot there and come up to kneeling. Now you'll look down at your right foot, especially the big toe. Step that right foot 1 foot length forward. Now I'm going to drop the groin forward as I lift the heel up in parrot. And the groin drops as I do some bouncies. You can bring the hands to the hips, do some groin droppers. Breath is deep, effortless. Leave the groin down if you can. Interlace the fingers, pointer fingers. Lay the head back, boom. Heavenly warrior. Arms straighten, head lays back. Eyes are looking straight up to the heavens. If you can get the arms active and straight. When you're ready, release down. Set the heel down. Come up and step that right foot back to a comfortable place. Now interlace the fingers. Flip the palms. Hang out here a moment as you establish a nice line of energy. Palms are flipped. Turn to either side, I don't care which. When you get to as far as you care like turning, then back bend. Keep the turn where it is and exhale your way back. So you now have a twisted back bend. This is what restores youthfulness to the spine. I think that's about 5 breaths. Slowly return to center and twist the other way. When you get there, Exhale back to a little back bend. So America doesn't do twisting back bends. Their spines are as old as they are. We are having 20-year-old spine day today. Release down. You can bring the hands down to the side. So I don't care which side you do. When you're ready, bring one arm over and the other hand trickles down to a lateral bend. Each exhale, work your way down. If you're going to your left, maybe you can get the fingertips to the mat. And of course, I'd love to hear that. Give me a little thumping.
But then you're not lateral anymore.
Oh, you are. So Judy says, then you're not lateral anymore. And find the other side when you're ready. Going to your right was a little more challenging. You don't have to touch the mat with the fingertips. But if you can, find a little thump. Release to center. Interlace the hands behind the back. Find a little humble warrior as you release the head down. Umbrella arms pull away from the back. Try not to have that right shoulder rest on that right knee. Breath continues, pulling those arms away. I'm not trying to wear anybody out. When you're ready, bring both hands down to the mat on the inside of the right foot and take a break. Bend the elbows in the big space between the legs, right? Stretch out the hip a little more. Let the head go. Can you bend your elbows, Linda? Yeah, drop it on down. So we're taking a break, yes, but we're also continuing opening up those hips. I didn't mention that we're also going to be doing the splits today. Any cheerleaders in the audience, in the class? When you're ready, leave your hands where they are, or in the general vicinity, and straighten the arms. Lizard. Lizard. You're going to take your right hand, grabbing that left foot and back. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to clear that arm, the butt, and turn, looking up, opening the shoulder. Kick that foot away, and the breath comes in. Come back. Oh yeah, you have it. Clear the butt. Okay. Stay there with me. There you go. Good. Head up. Lizard. See if you can clear the butt.
What do you want me to do?
Clear the butt.
Clear the butt.
Get this arm on the... There you go. Breathe. You see where I'm taking you?
Yeah.
Okay. We're trying to pull it over. When you're ready, release down, and then see if you can bring that right foot to the heel. You might want to use the block or one hand on each side. Find the splits. Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah, see if you can come up on the heel. Just keep on going. Good. And just do what you can. This is fine. It's good stuff. The breath is deep, and I'm hoping for about, give me 4 or 5 more breaths. Well done. See if you can gracefully find yourself back to table pose. When you get to table pose, what are we going to do next, Kathy?
Then it's the other side.
Kathy says the other side. When you're ready, step the left foot up to the hands. No. When you get the left foot where you want it, we're not in a big lunge right now. We're just stepping it up to the hands. Just come on up to kneeling. Right? Left foot's in front, the ankle's under the knee. Very comfortable. From here, remember our parrot. You'll step that Look down at the big left toe. Step that left foot a whole foot length forward. Heel lifts up. Heel comes up. When that heel comes up, the groin automatically drops. And do some groin drops here in parrot. So this is hip opening day, right? Heel comes up, Judy Weber. And then when you're ready, interlace the fingers. Lay the head back. Humble warrior. Breath comes in. Get that leverage of the fingers right. Good. Hope you're breathing deep. When you're ready, release the arms down. Set the heel down. Step that left foot back to a comfortable place where the ankle's under the knee. Interlace the fingers. Flip the palms. Find a nice straight line of energy for a moment here. Right? Palms are flipped. Come on up. And when you're ready, turn to either side. I don't care which side. When you can go no further or you're where you're at, then give me a back bend. Keep the turn and back it up. Good. Let the exhale take you. Be patient. As the exhale hits, you go back a little further. Good. We're all done. Whenever you're ready, you can twist back to center. Twist the other way. When you can go no further, or you're placed where you want to be, let that exhale take you back. You're always patient in yoga. The yoga I teach about awareness and breath. The breath opens you up. It's been with you since childhood. You might as well use the breath to open up your body. When you're ready, release back down. Now you can take either hand. I don't care. Find lateral bend, right? One hand over, one hand under. About 4 exhales, taking you to a lateral bend. After 4 exhales or so to one side, you can exhale your way to the other side. And it's a lateral bend, so you're to the side. And Judy says, not the front. And I'm counting, I think that's about 4 breaths. Coming back to center when you're ready. Interlace the hands behind the back, dropping down into humble warrior. Try not to let that left shoulder hang on that left knee. Head releases. Might as well get some oxygen to that most important gland of the brain, your pituitary gland. As well as your hypothalamus gland, which regulates how much adrenaline the adrenal glands need to put into the system. When you're ready to take a rest, take both hands down on the mat on the inside of the left foot. Bend the elbows as you stretch out the hips even more. Taking a little break. Left foot still up. We're just taking the hands and dropping down. Good. Breathing here. You can take another 3 breaths or so as you're breathing. You can visualize lizard. Since the right leg is behind you, you're going to reach back with the left. When you're ready, see if you can find lizard. Reaching back with the left hand, grabbing the right foot. Lift up. Lift this up. Okay. And then clear the butt as you twist. No, this way. In lizard. Okay? So clearing the butt would be, here, let me show you what I mean. Let's give you a little more room. Clearing the butt brings the arm. There you go. See the difference? Mm-hmm. And then look up and breathe. You're coming here, right? You're clearing the butt, meaning you come way over here.
I'm going to fall. I'm going to fall.
When you're ready, release that back leg. And then step that left foot up to the splits. Here come the splits. You can use the block or not, but find your splits. Then you should be breathing all the while, opening up the body. Breath is deep and effortless, and I'm hoping for 5 more deep breaths. Isn't that right leg straight?
I can't make it go down.
Yes, you can.
Oh, that's as far as it goes. Push, it won't go any further.
Well done, everybody. When you're ready, let's gracefully find child's pose, right? All right. So nice. I enjoy teaching this class. It has a lot of variety. I still get to teach it 2 more times today. 3 times tomorrow and 2 times Wednesday. So a lot of people be enjoying what you guys have gone through. So I don't believe you need to beat up yourself to get benefit of a youthful spine. You can have a vigorous yoga class, yes, but I think you lose a little bit of the awareness, exploring the body, right? Opening it up little by little. And if you need some aerobic or some weight training, strengthening, then do that some other time, some other place. So we're going to make our way to standing. When you're ready, let's come back to table pose and push into table pose, curl your toes and push up the downward dog. When you find your downward dog, you can lift the heels up one at a time. Breath continues. Now we're restoring the functionality of all the organs of the body as they're moving downward, right? America doesn't do any inversions for the most part. I have no idea that gravity, they sag, the organs sag, they lose their functionality. And there's also a pineal gland of your brain, pineal, and you're getting oxygenation to that as well. So nothing fancy today from downward dog. When you're ready, step either foot all the way up to the hands. If you can't get it there, pull it on up and make your way to forward fold. So both fingertips are near the feet, and you can take a moment or 2 to stretch the back of the legs. We're going to be here about 10 more breaths, so you can lift the heels up one at a time. As you do that, the butt shimmy side to side, bringing more awareness to the back of the legs. Just trying to stretch out a little bit in the back of the legs. So someone was telling me the other day, all the stores are selling yoga pants. And I think maybe it's possible there are more people doing yoga. We have 78 million baby boomers that don't need to beat up their bodies anymore. When you're ready, let's come up to standing. Grab your strap. Yeah, we didn't get started till about 18 after, though. All right, bound ankle. Bound ankle. If I pick my left ankle, notice it's ankle. My strap's in front of me. Okay? This is my left ankle. I'm going to bound it with my left hand. Once I get it up here, I'm going to bound it, taking my left hand behind me, grabbing the strap. Now it's bound. And then the other arm, boom. And there's your balance. When you're ready, have fun. Now some can do this without using the strap. Probably no one in this room, including myself. But as you get more open, you'll be able to. That's your left leg, reach back with the left arm. Yeah. Good. Now pull it up nice and high. Looks like you guys all were watching class before you. A lot of people were lost. So as you get more limber, you're supposed to be able to grab it without using the strap.
You mean with that other hand?
With the other hand. And you'll see that in books. That's something I'm not there yet. And it's something I'm not working hard at getting at right now. But do play for another 45 seconds. No, switch legs. Thirty seconds. Fifteen seconds. You can begin to wrap things up if you want. If you're OCD, you can roll up your. What's the word? What's the acronym?
Compulsive disorder.
Yeah. Then you can wrap up your. You can roll up your strap. Like I like to say too, I'd rather have you roll it up now than while you're supposed to be resting, or at the end of class while I'm giving you my closing. So let's eventually make it back to your mat. We still have a little more work to do.
What would you like us to do? Sit down or stand up?
No, we're up. We're up still. We're up.
Oh. Okay.
Jill, why don't you wait? Why don't you wait on that? Let's find intense leg stretch. So I don't care which ankle which foot you step out front, but the proportions are about here. Front foot's in line with the length of the mat, back foot's with the short part of the mat. Interlace the hands behind the back, right? Rotate hips and shoulders toward that front leg. Keep both legs straight as you drop the chin down toward that front big toe. And then pull the umbrella arms away from the back. As you continue to breathe, releasing down more and more, maybe eventually dropping the head, looking at the knee as you find where you want to be in this pose. Well done. Slowly make your way back up. You can release the arms if you want. Temporarily rotate that front foot and rotate that back foot. Now you're going the other way, right? And then interlace the fingers again, if you haven't already. Rotate. Keep both legs straight as you drop that chin down. Umbrella arms pull away from the butt. And the breath continues. Give me just a few more breaths. Both legs are straight. Whenever you're ready, release and come back up. And you can step to mountain. We're going to make our way down as we begin to wind down. We'll do a few more before we get there. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms. Take a moment. We were here in kneeling. We're going to do it from here to find a nice line of energy. When you're ready, turn to either side. I don't care which. When you can go no further, or you want to, or you're where you want to be, now find a little back bend. From here, just 5 breaths as you exhale back. And that's about 5. You can release to center, turning back to center. Continue then turning to the other side. When you get where you want to get to, exhale your way back to a nice back bend. The other way. And exhaling patiently, let the exhale take you back. Well done. When you're ready, release to center. Release the hands. I don't care which side you go to. We're going to counter pose though. the twisting back bend with a forward bend. Trickle both hands to the outside of the leg, making your way down the outside of the leg. Maybe getting, legs are straight, maybe getting the hands down to the ankle or the mat. A little counter pose for the twisting back bend. We'll have a twisting forward fold, right? So you know how we're working. When you're ready, you can make your way up. When you're ready, turning the other side, both hands on the outside of that hip, exhaling your way down that side. When you're ready, release back to standing. So working our way down. You're still in mountain, interlace up, interlace this way. Find a nice line of energy. So your head looking straight ahead, eyes looking straight ahead. Now when you sit down in fierce pose though, you'll notice the head just drops. And you can keep the head down, is fine with me. It's just more natural. Just looking down as you continue breathing here in fierce pose. Good for the joints, good for that lower back. We have to strengthen the 70 sets of muscles that run up and down the spine. Now separate the hands and sit down a little deeper. Chair pose. And again, let the head go where it may. It's fine with me. And come back up to standing. Flip the palms, interlace fingers, flip palms. Let's wrap this standing up. Let's sit again. Fierce pose. Let the head go where it may. So we have about 5 minutes. Stay with me. We're winding down here in a moment. Separate the hands. Sit down one more time in chair. Arms are expressive. So you can straighten the arms a little, Linda. Lucille, straighten those arms. We're fighting with the arms. Fingers expressive. And then see if you can find squat. If this is uncomfortable, then we won't be here long. Don't tell me I can't find squat. See if you can get the feet flat. Prayer arms. Maybe you can take either hand to the mat, the other arm up to the heavens. Looking up the fingertips, maybe finding the other side. Let that exhale help you find it. Releasing down, and maybe gently, just as gently as a cat, place your tail upon the mat. Oh yeah. I know how disappointed you are to be on the mat, sitting down. I know that there was so much more you wanted to do. Where are you going? Where are you going? Bend that right leg as we wind down our practice. One hand on either side of the right foot. Bring that leg up. So we've already stretched the back of the legs. You can touch the knee to the nose, or you can touch the nose to the knee. When you're ready, let the left hand go. The right hand stays on the foot. Left arm goes to shoulder height. Exhale your way to a turn to the left. Each time the exhale comes in, turning to the left. Each exhale, find a little more. And give me 2 more breaths. When you're ready, take that left hand back to that right foot and drop the right hand. And bring the right hand shoulder height as you twist, exhaling your way to a nice twist to the right. And each time the exhale comes in, you're twisting a little more. 2 minutes left. Stay with me. When you're ready, release down. Set that right leg straight. Bend the left leg. Bring both hands to bear on either side of that left foot. Bring the foot up as you bring in the breath. We're going to stay here for a little while, and you can explore stretching the back of the leg. Knowing already where we're going, and we're already knowing that we're winding down, but I still need some deep breathing. When you're ready, drop the right arm from the foot and turn to your right. Arm is shoulder height as you exhale yourself back a little each time. Give me one more deep breath. Well done. When you're ready, bring that hand back to the foot. Exhale the left arm back. With each exhale, see if you can find a little more. Great job today, everybody. When you're ready, now you can release out and find the most important pose in 5,000 to 6,000 years of yoga, your final resting pose. However, we have been twisting, so I need you to hug in your knees for at least 10 breaths as you traction that spine back to equanimity. Nice tight hug. 10 more deep breaths as you finish up your practice. And of course, I'll ring the chime 3 times when 5 minutes has expired. Great job today. As you slowly awaken to the brand new you, take all the time you need, stretch out any way that works best for you and your body. Eventually, carefully make your way to a comfortable seated position. That class was just way too easy.
Oh, no.
Man, oh man, you guys got away with one today, I'll tell you. Let's bring our hands together into the heart center. Thank you all for such a terrific, delightful effort, sharing your practice today with me and with each other. Kathy, thank you for being here as we dedicate this class to you. We hope to see more of you, and best of luck with your yogic journey. Today's close is from a book someone lent me, Meditations from the Mat. Every soul is to be cherished. I hope your day is perfect. Namaste. You're welcome. My pleasure. You're welcome.